Aus. Yes, Mackay. Get out. Catch. Yes, good man. Aus. Yes, Mackay. Get out. Yes, good man. Aus. Yes, Mackay. Get out. There you go. Come on, King. You can do it. Aus. Yes, Mackay. Get out. You got it. Yeah, there we go. Aus. Yes, Mackay. Get out. Yeah, good work. Good work, handsome. Yes, wait. Yes, aus. Yes. Yes, aus. Yes, wait. What? Oh, aus. Yes. Yes, good man. Aus. Yes, wait. Yes, good man. Great work, King. Great work. Come here, handsome. Aus. Yes. Aus. Yes, wait. Oh, we'll do it over here. Hey, hey, hey. Come on, Dick. Come here. King. Aus. Yes. Aus. Yes, wait. Top. Good man. That's it, buddy. Yeah, way to do that. Aus. Yes. Right here. Come on. Aus. Wait. Top. Yes. Good man. Whoa. Where did that come from, handsome? Aus. Yes. Wait. Top. Oh, that wasn't it. Are you ready? Come on. Right there. Top. Good man. Good man. Aus. Catch. Yes. Good man. Aus. Over. Good. Aus. Catch. Yes. Good. Aus. Over. Good man. Aus. Catch. Woo! The further you throw, the tighter, more compact your grip gets, generally speaking. The shorter you throw, the more open, more purchase, so you got that power. The big deal with you is that you're stopping. And I think lots of disc throwers, ladies in particular, they try and stop. And that stop happens at the arm only. The wrist continues. Whoa. And that's the part. See ya. If you do that. Well, that is very interesting. I don't know what happened there. Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron Watson, Positive Vibe, host of DiscDogger Weekly. Hanging out in the bus, testing out another new camera arrangement. My camera that I was using for the US CDN, that super awesome quality one that I was live streaming with, died. So that was kind of a bummer. Now I am using a GoPro here, and it's apparently wanting to tell me that it's got no battery. Give me one sec. There we go. That's terrible. Awesome. All right. That dude. Yeah, there we go. Nope, the no battery thing is up there again. There we go. It's gone now. I don't like that, though. I wanted to not show that. But I don't know if anybody's here. Give me a shout. Chat. What's going on? It is Thursday the 28th. It's cold and rainy here. It's looking like it's turning towards winter. So it's exciting and horrifying all at the same time. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. I want to do that, and I want to do that. And then I want to turn that zoom and pan off. Speaking of pan, what's up, Pan? Huh? What's up? What are you doing? Huh? All right, I think I'm gonna let some dogs out. Might get a little busy in here. I'll turn off my mic. You guys can watch everyone run by all crazy. Come on, ladies. Let's go, go, go. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Come on, old lady. Yeah. See? Let's go, go, go. Awesome. All right. Oop, happy coffee to you. Do that. So I got all kinds of stuff to talk about, but I don't know if I'm really willing to soliloquy about it, and it'll sound maybe a little crazy. I picked up this learning framework, or sense-making framework, probably a better way of saying it, called the Cynefin framework, that is like amazing. And it's really outlined a lot of the stuff that that I'm doing within my dog trainings. You know how you're training your dog and you're getting ready to do something and you plan on doing this thing, and the moment you go out there you do a little bit of it and you completely change gears, do something completely different, wind up with a great result and call it a win, right? It happens all the time. That decision-making process is kind of hidden to us. And when that decision-making process is hidden to us, we can't use it in a lot of different situations. We can kind of only use it, in situations where we have like a real clear understanding of the context, right? And anyway, I'm super excited about it because it explains how we make decisions in different types of situations. So there are two types of situations we can find ourselves in. There are many, obviously, but the two that I want to talk about, we have ordered and unordered. An ordered situation is something like a machine, right? We know how it works. It operates under rules. We can predict what's coming. We can tinker with it. We can take this part and take it off and replace it with a part, or put a new part on there that makes it somehow better. We're real comfortable with that. So we know what's happening on the ordered side. And everyone wants their dog training to be ordered, right? Obedience is very ordered. Very ordered thing. Go do this and then come back, right? And of course, within teaching it, it's like crazy complicated. There's all kinds of things that we have to do. But the actual game is just, very few things. Dog goes and gets it. If the dog is perfect, it'll get X score, and that's pretty standard. We get up into complicated, and now we're talking about like long behavior chains, agility. A lot of Frisbee is up there in complicated. On the ordered side, it just moves up a stage, like to this, more complicated. Same thing, just more complicated, right? And that side of things is where we want to be all the time as like critters, humans, right? We want to be on the ordered side. I want to be in control. I want to know what's happening. When I'm not in control and I don't know what's happening, I'm uncomfortable. And I think that's a pretty standard place to be for particularly Western human beings, right? And it's awesome as long as we have control over it. But if you don't have the ability to control something, or you don't understand something, It's really bad practice to proceed as if you do, right? Social controls are breaking down in a country. Draconian controls on the country with martial law might not be what you want to do, right? Could have unintended consequences. My sequence is falling apart a little bit. One of my sequences falling apart a little bit. Might not be the time for me to give my dog a bunch of shit for waiting, or to force him into waiting, to make him wait, kind of thing. Of course, he's got to wait if we're doing sequences. It's kind of a bad illustration, but to force him to do it, right? It won't work. We've already lost control, and doubling down, tripling down with more and more controls and more constraints, putting more rules on, is just going to get in the way of being successful. Epi, in and in. In and in, and getting yourself out of that trouble in that situation. Pan, in and in. Let's go, go, go. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Come on, ladies. King-a-ling. Yeah, good man. All right. So anyway, this Cynefin framework, this thing that I really want to talk about and like go super in depth on and be like real crazy and talk about. It's hard to talk about. And I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. I'll test the waters slowly. But kind of wanted to jump on, get a camera test, see what's going on. Anybody here? Chat? We have a few people here. Dude, you're crazy, Mango. You're crazy. Got a few people here, but nobody's chatting in. Let me see. Where do I find that other chat? There it is. Hey, don't do that. You don't need to do that, dude. Uh-oh. Things are getting crazy here. Do. Interesting. My restream chat disappeared. Facebookers, you're out of luck. I can't contact you right now. That's terrible. Hey. Easy, guys. Oh, Pan, you are a savage. You are a total savage. Yeah, we got action here on the busted cam. That's cool. I'll leave that going. So yeah, man, what's going on? Chat, bring it. Anybody here? I guess I got a bad connection. I hope it's not terrible. Do. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's pretty awesome. New patron. There's a new patron. Mango. There's a new patron. That's exciting. So, yeah. Got a little bit of morning coffee cam going on here. And nobody to chat with. I will give you guys this link here. Oh, wait, what is it? Oh, geez, did I? Yeah, hang on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this thing. Let me see. Oh, I remember what I wanted to talk about here. So we're not going to go too much into the Cynefin framework, but we are going to talk about this super cool thing that I've been using recently, and they're called triads, and a triad is just like a triple choice, right? I mean, I guess you could say it like that. It's one of three choices, or it's one of three resources. Let me get this link here. Come on, Ron. You can do it. Take your time. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Super important when you're feeling the heat like you're on a live stream and your computer's going completely ape shit and you don't know what your studio guest, you don't know what you're trying to do. like kind of like when the shit hits a fan on the frisbee field. Yeah. When that happens, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's how that needs to go. You got to be good about that. Moving faster, rushing doesn't help. And I'm still having trouble, same trouble. So, studio guest. And update the link. All right, so now I have a link for anybody who wants to call in and be a guest. I would love to give this a try because we don't quite have, the first time I tried to bring someone in the way that I'm trying to link you guys into, grrr. The last time I tried it, it failed. It broke the stream. So YouTubers, there is the link. If you want to call in and be a guest and hang out with me, that would be super awesome. I would love to hang out with you. Hey, that was supposed to be added to the broadcast. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, that's right. I changed that to the ticker. That's pretty cool. I'll change it, though. No, I want to leave it. Oh, let's see. Studio guest. All right. Maybe we watch something. Nobody's talking. Everybody's quiet. It's Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. You guys should be chatty and excited and talking about all the things you're going to do with your dogs this weekend. We have a big contest this weekend, the Spooky Jam. I will throw up a link. It's pretty exciting. We tend to take Halloween pretty seriously here. Oh, come on. It's so funny. I have two screens here, and you would think it would be enough, but it's not. It's not. It's so confusing sitting here and trying to do this. Maybe I'll get used to it someday. That's the plan anyway. So the link, pvibe.me/studio guest. You can call in and join the green room, bring in, hang out, talk about whatever. And I'm gonna jump into triads here, I think. I'm not as prepared as I should be. I'm gonna pull up some crazy scrawlings of a madman image. Maybe I'll just list them. That might be easier. Oh, that's so exciting. Woo, Sydney. Yes. Pre-register tonight. Tell all your friends. So yeah, we have, I don't even remember what games we're playing, Sydney. Do you remember what games they are? Greedy. I don't know. They'll be fun. And we're doing a performance round of freestyle. I'm probably going to wind up doing a demo round, an FEO round of freestyle. I want to play with Epi on Halloween. That'll be amazing. I'm going to go paint the field tomorrow, Sydney. If you want to come hang out, you would be more than welcome. Although I won't have a firm time for when exactly we're going to do that, right? But if you want to come out, we can get together and have things together before. I can let you know before I make the run out there. Time warp. Oh, you're attempting freestyle. Super exciting. How has your training been going, Sydney? Jamming a flash stuff and that? Has it been going well for you? And for those of you guys who don't know, Sydney is local here in the St. Louis area. We've done a tiny bit of work together. She's super good student, super good athlete, probably a better way to put it. We're not really doing student stuff. Our bike club group meets once a week on Mondays at the park. So we get on there and train. That's kind of cool. Right, Epi? Right? You savage little bastard. Yeah, we could maybe budget that in, Sydney. Yeah, we could maybe budget that in. Oh, geez, how do I want to? Oh, you know what I can do? Let me, boom, and then I'll pull Sydney in and she'll stream across, but I'll turn her off the scrolling ticker. And I will fly in from the right. Bang. There she is. Flying from the left. That's awesome. That's super exciting. That is super exciting, Sydney. I'm stoked for you. It's a big step to do your first freestyle. Ooh, and it's so not, guys. You want to get that shit done early. You want to get it done right away. You want to get out there, move your dog around. On your first round of freestyle, I would recommend not having a routine, not having plans on getting such and such a score. Go out there with a couple of sequences and flat work, move your dog around, have a fucking great time. Oh, it's so amazing. Look, he's moving with me so good. He's dropping, you know. Play just a nice, beautiful game, a very simple frisbee, and do a couple of cool tricks and get off the field looking like a great young player, right? Rather than, like, everyone wants to get on the field the first time they go and have people go, wow, it looks like Sydney has been playing for 20 years. There's absolutely nothing that she could do better than she did on this round. It's like we take the field at our first time, or we want to take the field for the first time with that response. It's not fair. It's not fair. You're always going to fall short of that. Instead, it's much better. Go out there with a couple of tricks. I have this trick. What's his face is here. I'll show him this trick. I talked about this trick. I would love to show this guy this trick. And show that trick and do some flat work and have a terrific time. Right? That would be a much better first entry into freestyle than trying to do it all at once. But yeah, that's super exciting. I'm stoked. So tomorrow, hit me up sometime tonight and we'll get a chain of communication going. Maybe I'll just link it on the app, the group from the app, right? The P5 Bike Club St. Louis group. Maybe I'll just link it from there and then send out a notification and you can... anyone who wants to show up can show up. That would be kind of cool. All right, so I want to talk about these triads, right? And so it's just going to take me a moment or three to get my screen share kind of set up. And I'm looking at poor streaming quality coming out of the reportage from YouTube, which kind of sucks. So I have a triad, a bunch of triads there. And again, triads are just, I don't even know what you'd call it, a little framework for comparison and contrast, maybe. So instead of this or that, or a multiple guess kind of situation, right? Instead of that, a triad offers us this, that, and the other. I'm very big on this, by the way. This, that, and the other is kind of a critical thing. So let me share my screen. Boom, pow, and yeah, you see? Oh, we're good now. That's awesome. Congratulations, Ron. Notes. There we go. So what we have here, I just whipped together 33 triads. And again, a triad is just three things: distance, height, and time, right? And that is placement, right? So placement of a disc is distance and height, which everyone gets, right? Everyone tends to get that, that idea of, you know, I hit my target, I hit the net, I hit the hole in the net, right? But there's a piece of the puzzle that's really critical with dog frisbee, team sports in general, and that is time. So throwing the disc to a dog and placing it well is about distance, height, and time, right? And I think what you're going to find if you kind of hook up with me on these triads and kind of go with me on them is that you'll find that there's usually an additional dimension to the work that you're trying to do, right? A dimension that you're kind of unaware of. You know what I mean? You're just not you're not aware that we're doing that part of it, right? We learn how to make a decision, we shortcut it, and we know how to decide to make that decision, and we shortcut that, and we cut all the rest of the shit out of our decision-making process. And so that usually leads to something like placement is distance and height, right? We always throw at the net, we always throw at the hole, it's distance and height. And we go out and work with our dog and shit goes awry, and it's going awry because time is not budgeted into the calculation, right? And anyway, triads, super cool about making making us think a little deeper than this or that, our reflexive this or that. So some triads, and I'm gonna skip around here. They're not organized yet. These were just off the top of my head. These are all ideas. These are all triads I actually use, right? When I tell you to do something on the field, Sydney, at the thing, I'm using, you're going to hear the triads from, you've been to 2 or 3 practices, right? You're going to hear it within the triads, right? So anyway, we have bite, drop, give, right? And bite, drop, give would be essentially the everything disc dog mechanic triad. If you don't have that, if you don't have those 3 things, or one of them is weak, you're going to experience problem, right? And pretty much everyone wants the catch, and then they want either a drop or a give. And until you have all 3, you're in danger of falling into confusion rather quickly. Another triad, reward placement, cookies per minute, which is rate of reinforcement, and criteria. This triad is drive management. It's drive management, session management. I want this session to be really high. I want my dog to have a really exciting, positive experience with this, right? In order to do that, you are going to be messing around with reward placement. Where I put the cookie, if I throw it 40 yards, it takes 20 seconds to do it. If I bite and cue drop, it takes half a second to do it. If I want a hot shit exciting game, where I put the disc or where I put the cookie matters, right? So reward placement, cookies per minute or rate of reinforcement, reward placement dictates that, right? Also, if I need a certain cookies per minute for my dog, I need 15 to 30 cookies per minute or my dog is going to check out. Well, then I ought to fucking manage my reward placement, right? Yeah, and Sydney, I'm going to be able to deliver really beautiful, clean. I'm going to be able to give you 3 triads, right? With whatever problem you have. And this is, of course, fucking arrogant and hubristic. I'm speaking like, I don't actually believe that. It's not going to go down like that. I don't know it all, right? But that said, with pretty much most Frisbee problems, I'm going to be able to give very discrete 1, 2, 3 triads that you can use to apply towards your problem. And here's the thing. As you apply the triad, you start to learn that reward placement, cookies per minute, and criteria, those 3 things work together. Pan, that'll do. Pan, that'll do. Those 3 things are integral to drive and drive management and engagement. A dog that's too high, we want to reduce the intensity of the drive. We want to reduce a dog that's highly aroused. We want to reduce that, right? How do we reduce intensity or the energy of the situation? Well, we use some combination of reward placement, cookies per minute, and our selection of criteria. Boom, done deal. And again, not only do you get to solve the problem, get pointed in the right direction, but you're starting to move the tools around that are required for us to know what we're doing. So attention, release, orientation, that would be like re-engagement. I dismiss the dog, or the dog checks out, and then the dog orients or gives attention, or releases the environment. Those are 3 criteria for re-engagement. Nice, simple little triad. Attention, targeting, dismissal. Super awesome. And here we are kind of getting to a point where the triad is going to... So, attention, release, go to dog... attention, go to dog stuff, orientation. Hang on. Sorry, I was on the wrong one. Let me do this. Let me strike through those. Font, strike through. Of course, there's no. So, attention, targeting, dismissal. Right underneath that, we have targeting, dismissal, attention. And then underneath that, we have dismissal, attention, targeting. Okay? Each of these triads can be messed around with like this and lead to a completely different understanding of the situation, right? So, and by the way, this is like part of my slacker training thing. This is how I shape without work without working with the dogs, lifestyle kind of thing. So we have attention, targeting, dismissal. I get attention, right? And then when the dog is giving me attention, I have the dog target, right? So we're interacting. This is awesome. And then I have the dog leave to go target, right? Attention and him walking away, right? After he does the target, I'm going to dismiss him, right? So for the dog that is hard to dismiss, you tell the dog to go do dog stuff. I'm off limits now, and they stand there and they're like, ah, right? We can use targeting, create a hot behavior out of targeting, right? And use that to get him leaving us, right? And then we can dismiss the dog and they're going to be likely to leave, right? If we do targeting, dismissal, attention, same triad, just turn the triangle one, right? Targeting, dismissal, attention, we're active, we're doing the thing, boom, pow, cookie, yes, right? And then I dismiss the dog. Now I'm waiting for attention to re-engage and to get the opportunity to work. So with the same triad here, I'm now focusing on re-engagement. In the first one, I was reinforcing dismissal. In this one, just changing the order of the triad, now what I'm doing is I am shaping engagement, right? And then if I do dismissal, attention, targeting, right? So I dismiss the dog. and then the dog gives me attention, I mark yes, and I reinforce with a hand target. Now the dog is working me in order to get access to work with me, right? In order to get access to next, in order to get access to more work. And they're three completely different things from the same triad. Each of these triads, well, not each of them, many of them, can be played with like that, and they are the recipe for success for many problems. All right, so tell, trigger, target, that's vault cueing, right? The dog needs to know where they're going, what they're doing, what kind of vault is it, where will it be. Top, it's a linear vault, it'll be right here, buddy, right? Top. Trigger would be the presentation of the obstacle, and then the target. And if you don't have all three of those clear in your mind and clear on paper, clear in your mind, and clear on the field, you have vault problems. Everybody's vault problem can be attributed to some problem within that triad. Everybody's. That's a fact. Ha, it's a fact. So move, load, pose, right? This is how we move on the field. You want to know how to be ready and how to have good disc management. Move, load, pose, right? And it wouldn't be disc management, that would be team movement. And also success in like jamming a flash. You make the flip toss and the dog flips and you stand leaning back like, oh yeah. And the dog lands and you throw oh shit, and you get your shit together and then you pose and now the dog's dancing around and shit, right? If you move, load, pose, you're loaded before the dog even lands. If you move, load, and you start walking to go get discs, you're ready for your dog. Move, load, pose. In that same vein, throw, load, declare. So it's a little deep into our foundation, but I'll try. So I make the throw, right? I immediately load the disc. Dog catches at 8 yards. If I want to go counterclock, I'm going to throw, load, and I'm just going to chill here. And this angle, my dog is going to read this angle and want to go this way, right? If I wanted to go clock, I would make the throw and I would immediately load. And then I'd switch and just kind of declare and chill out here, giving the dog the idea that we're going in this direction. From this declaration point, I would then move into, jump into action, right? But throw, load, declare. Now you make your throw. You load up the disc immediately, you're completely ready, right? You can be walking over to pick up disc, watching your dog with a disc in your hand, right? The dog lands, turns around, boom, you make the throw, walk right over and pick up your disc, right? Move, throw, declare. That'll put you in front of any dog. That will make you faster than any dog. You will be faster than any dog, and your dog can't bum rush you because you can send him in one way or the other. Read, plan, do. That's a general action plan. Every time we do something, we read the situation, we plan what we're going to do, and then we execute it, right? Read, plan, do. A lot of times we try to eliminate the reading from read, plan, do, from that triad. We pretend that our imagination or our history is good enough for that to be taken care of well, for the read to be done properly. Many people don't read their dogs at all. If you don't know which direction your dog is going to turn after the throw you just made, you should probably learn that. You should probably focus on reading your dog more. And that will allow you to plan for the dog coming in, right? Instead of having to wait until everything lines up and the dog is already coming at you, right? If you can read the dog right after landing, he turns this way a little bit, now I can pick him up here. And now I'm leading the dog. So anyway, read, plan, do, super important. The read part, critical critical, critical. Top stall rebound, the 3 types of vaults or vault discrimination. Terrific triad. Lots of vault problems also exist there. Block, push, pull. That's all of our flat work and team movement. If you're doing cool shit inside interior sequences, you're blocking, pushing, and pulling the whole frickin' time. That's all you're doing, as a matter of fact. You're blocking, pushing, and pulling. When your dog comes into position here, let me see, did I get that? Nope. When your dog comes over here, up, no, up, and this is going to go poorly. So you see it, when I move him, I pull him, up, I block him, up, I pull him, I block him, I push him. I know, Epi, I know, you're super excited. I know. Go do dog stuff. Anyway, all of our flat work shit is push, pull, and block. And I could pull that up and do a flat work video on that. If somebody wants to see that, I can demonstrate that. But I kind of just want to talk about the triads in general, because I think this idea, Epi, about having a nice tool, right? Epi, go do dog stuff. This idea of having a nice tool that we can use to not just solve our problem, but to figure out what we're doing is pretty freaking awesome. Like, people in class immediately had much greater clarity and perception in the game. And all of a sudden, everyone could talk about it like they were successfully coming to grips with it, right? They weren't talking about it like they were old fucking pros and whatnot, but they were talking about it like, oh yeah, I do this and then that, like real astute. And it was new for Amber and Alicia is who I'm talking about, and it was new for them. They've been growing, right, like really well. They've been getting better, and they're making more astute observations all the time about their play. We dropped the triads and the Cynefin framework on them, and they smashed it. Like all of a sudden, they're really productive, and their analysis has gotten much, much better. Anyway, block, push, pull, right? We have block, push, pull. That's a flat work deal. Neutral, push, pull. Those are stance shifts. They're very, very important stance shifts. Everybody does them all, right? Nobody knows how we're doing them. And the way that you do it matters. So if your dog is pressuring you, push, pull, block, that would be one of the, neutral push pull, you doing flips and shit and your dog is pressuring you, neutral push pull would be something that you would really need to know. And if you knew that, it would be very easy to solve, to attempt to solve your problem. You would have the skills and the tools necessary. Let's see, flank, pass, block. Those are the 3 choices we have when our dog is running at us. I can throw out there, like you're running at me. I can throw out, you're running at me. I can throw out there, so we kind of move together. I can pull you past me and make a pass, or I can block you and not go. Those are the 3 choices we have when our dog is running at us, right? There's actually one more. We could pull him around, but we are kind of just talking about bare bones. And flank, pass, basic flat work position would be just as good a triad. Let's see. Read, orient, pose. Super important one for freestyle. Sydney, you read the dog. You orient yourself to where the dog has landed, to where you read the dog to, and then you pose, right? And of course, you've already throw, load, pose. You've already done that one, right? We're down on that one. That one's done already. So now we read, orient, pose. And we beat the dog to the punch, and we're doing that automatically. Any of these corners, so again, a triad looks like that, right? Any of these corners, if they go wrong, if one of them goes wrong or one of them is weak, that's a good indication that you should put some emphasis there, right? And when you start to throw these things around as tools and you start to flip these corners and put them in different orders and play around with them, all of a sudden you realize they are your tools. And you're also going to realize you're already doing these things. You're just not doing them with clarity, right? I've been doing exactly this shit for the whole time. You know, if you look at all my blog posts, about half of my blog posts have a triad in a heading. This, that, or the other. Bite, drop, give. I mean, that's a standard thing for us. So yeah, super, super awesome. Free shape and capture, predict and cue, up the ante. Terrific triad. That's how we get a drop. That's how we obtain a drop. We free shape and capture, figure out where it's going to happen. Oh yeah, it's going to happen at 9 yards. Sweet. I always cue it at 9 yards. I predict it. I cue it. I reinforce it. I do that for 3 or 4 sessions, 80, 100 throws, right? And then after that, I can up the ante, right? And that like you can teach a drop in 5 minutes with a dog. Puppy, dude, you can teach a drop right away, right? And anytime you want to tune it up, right? If the dog is dropping early, right? Well, you don't want to free shape and capture. That wouldn't help. But predict and cue would sure fucking help, right? So just predict it, cue it, put it on cue, reinforce it. Now it's on cue, right? Let's see. Get on, get hot, get off. Super important. Get on, get hot, get off. So you go out for a session, you start working, you start kicking ass, you really kick ass, and then you go do dog stuff and quit. And you want to do that repetitively over and over. Rinse and repeat, early and often. Early and often dismissal. Let's see, prompt switch, new cue, old cue, physical cue. You give the new cue that you're trying to establish. You put that right before the strong cue or the cue that works. And then you add your physical cue for the confirmation. That could also be weak cue, strong cue, physical cue. Flow, team movement, flat work. Those things often get conflated. And they how they differ is not clear, right? And putting them next to each other and throwing up a picture is a really cool discussion piece. And so the flow, team movement, and flat work would be, that's going to be like an evaluation or a conversation tool. Show an image of a team in movement and ask you guys, is this flat work, team movement, or flow? And it's amazing. If you choose, right? And you get to kind of, I get to look at, I get to take your data and talk about it and kind of see how you're approaching it as a teacher, right? Let's say, or as an instructor. But then the other thing is,